How you start your website should be like how you start your day. I like to start with a fresh shave and a filtered shower. Then I'll prepare a fresh cup of Brita water to heat it up.
He's heating up.
Before I get a scoop or two of fresh ground coffee. I'll pour in the hot water into my French press. Then I'll let it brew, and this is where you gotta be patient, y'all. So in the meantime, I'll continue preparing by adding almond milk, because the regular milk just don't do the body good, if you know what I mean. Let's top it off with a little bit of that sugar, and yes, I said sugar, right before we press that launch button. And now it's time for blast off. Let's go! Woo! Oh yeah, and don't forget to stir it up some to blend in those flavors.
He's on fire.
And that's how we start fresh on WordPress.
He's on fire.
In this lesson, lesson 6, we're going to talk about video marketing and automating WordPress. So as you can see here, I already have one plugin installed, and that's Cadence Blocks. I also have Cadence Theme installed right here. Let's go to Themes, as you can see here, but you can use any theme or block plugin you want to. I just want to show you the basics of what I'm referring to in terms of video marketing and automating WordPress. So for now, I'm going to use Cadence Theme, and I'm going to use Cadence Blocks. Now let's go back to add new plugins. And this is where you are going to want to follow my directions here as far as the video marketing part is concerned, because I don't think that there's any other plugin that has video marketing capabilities the way that this plugin has. It's called Presto Player. So you want to install this. It's a free plugin, and there is a pro version, but we're just going to use the free plugin, and you want to activate. So now we have Cadence Blocks and we have Presto Player installed. We also want to install one more plugin, and we're going to install a plugin called ShortTriggers, and this is for automation. So install this real quick. And you notice how these logos look the same, and that's because Shortcut and ShortTriggers are made by the same company. So I just want you to keep that in mind. I'm going to activate, and we're going to go back to the dashboard. So now we have ShortTriggers here, and we have Presto Player right here. When I think of video marketing, I don't think of just marketing with a video, meaning just making a video and sending it to your social media following, or sending a video to your subscriber audience, or just having a video on your website. That's not what I'm referring to as video marketing, okay? So I want to let you know that's not it. The reason why is because with Presto Player, you can do so many things with the video player itself to create this experience that truly is what I consider video marketing, a component of video marketing. So as you can see, I'm in the media hub right now of Presto Player, and you don't have to go here in order to add a video, but I'm going to start here first. I'm going to add a new video, and we have some options of how we can add the video. We can add the video natively from our media library. We can add a YouTube video. We can add a Vimeo video. We can even add audio. So this is also a video and audio player, AKA it makes it a media player. I still look at it as being video, but it does audio as well too. And if you have the pro version, you can use bunny.net. Let me show you real quick what I'm referring to. So if you have a YouTube account or a YouTube channel, you can take your YouTube videos and add them to your WordPress website through this video player. You can do the same thing with Vimeo. If you have a Vimeo account, you can take your Vimeo videos and add them to your WordPress website via this video player. And my favorite one, Bunny, because it is so cheap and so fast, and it gives you the best experience, in my opinion, you can do the same thing. So you can use Bunny, and for Bunny, it would be Stream. It used to be storage, but if I'm not mistaken, now it's underneath the stream, meaning when Presto Player does its magic, it's going to connect to one of these. And I believe it connects to the stream feature of Bunny for the video part. So you can do bunny.net, you can do Vimeo, or you can do YouTube. Let's go back here. All right, so that's the key thing that I want you to see. Now, for instance, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do YouTube for the sake of this video. Let's go to YouTube, and let's go back to YouTube, and let's type in, I'm just going to say stock video. Here we go. All right, so let's try a business meeting, share. I copy this. So we are copying this business meeting from YouTube. We're going to go back here and we're going to place the video. Add video. So now we have our video using this video player. Now, why would I do this versus going to the traditional route? For example, if I go to Pages, Add New, and I can go to Video, and I can add YouTube. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to embed this. We have a YouTube embed. Look at the settings right here. What do you see? Because I don't see much. However, if I go here, Presto, choose with video, same thing, YouTube, add this in here, add video. On the right side, what do you see? Way more settings. So we're already getting into the video marketing territory just based on the fact that when you have a YouTube video, it could be Vimeo as well, and you add it to your website, most people I see just do this. If I were you, I wouldn't do this because one, when people pause the video, YouTube does this thing where it shows related videos, and that's what gets people off of your site real fast. Plus, all this extra stuff that YouTube is showing, and you don't have any settings, you can't do nothing. This is all you got. You got to do your other marketing functionalities and capabilities outside of the video. Whereas Presto Player, you can do some marketing directly on the video or directly with this video player block. All right, so that's key right there. You got to look at that. We're not going to touch on the chapters and the overlays because those are pro features, but just know that they exist, and that's important too. If I were you, I would invest, if you have the budget and ability, once you get used to this plugin, to add overlays and chapters, because those things are sweet and they make your video look so polished and so professional. You're creating an experience on top of the video, on top of the content. A lot of people don't understand. They don't get to the content of the videos before they see a video thumbnail and a title. Something about the video has to get you intrigued enough, interested enough to even click the video to watch the content. But the content don't mean nothing. You just wasted all that great performance that you've done, all that great video editing and scripting you've done. It's all wasted if you don't have anybody or you can't get people to click the video. Or if they do click the video, but then you make it harder for them to take action. You don't have anything else for them to do to take action. Presto Player helps you solve that problem, as you can see here. So we have video settings right here, and we have autoplay. Super sweet. We have autoplay right there. So the video will automatically play. Now you don't want the video to autoplay unmuted. That's another reason why you want this pro version, because some browsers won't even let you do that. You get penalized for autoplaying videos that have sound to them, because you got to imagine people listening or people going to your website while they're en route, while they're in traffic, while they're in commute, while they're in other places, while they're in places that are quiet. And the last thing you want to do is open up a web page and the video is on autoplay and the sound blasts. That right there will upset, frustrate, piss people off so fast. So you got to be careful with that. So that's one thing right there, having the autoplay feature. Then you can add a poster image. Remember I told you about the thumbnail. You can add a thumbnail right here. And if you can't find one, you can always go to Pexels, for example. I'm going to download the image. Boom, boom. I'm going to select the image. Boom, boom. Now I have a thumbnail. Look at that. Is there anywhere where I can put a thumbnail on this video? No. So I have to use the thumbnail that came from the YouTube video or the Vimeo video, where here I can change the thumbnail out as I please. I don't have to go to YouTube to change that thumbnail. I can create a whole different experience on my WordPress website via the thumbnail and not have to touch anything on the YouTube video. Because sometimes you want to make the video unlisted, right? Not public. It's up to you. But that's a key thing right there too. So from there, I'm going to click this. We have timestamp shortcodes. Look at that. I can copy that. We have global player branding. So if we wanted to have a color, Look at how the color changes on there. Just that right there. It's just little things that people take for granted or don't understand. You can't do that with the regular YouTube block. That's why I don't use this block, because Presto Player is free. It's allowing you to add YouTube, but you get to do more things with this block, with these settings right here. And if you're feeling real froggy and you really want to leap, we have some presets, aka some templates. Remember that word template again, y'all. We have some templates. Right now I'm on the default. Say I wanted to make it minimal. Look at that. There's nothing down here. That's minimal. YouTube optimize. Look at that. This is still a YouTube video, but we don't see the YouTube stuff around it. That is sweet. If you are using the pro version, you could make your own presets, aka templates. But for right now, you have default. Let's get rid of this because, all right, matter of fact, let's just reverse these. Let's reverse these. Boom. All right. So we have default. We have course. If you're doing courses on your website, we have simplified. We only have a play button here, and to make full screen, minimal, nothing is there. YouTube optimize. We got forward. We got forward, backward, play button. We have the player head. I forgot what they call this thing. We have the volume. We have this. So I'm sure you can do speed on this. So these are cool things that you can't do right here with this YouTube video. I'm going to save this so we can see what it looks like on the front end. Boom, boom. And then we're going to go view site right here. Nope, that's not what we want to do. So publish. All right, let's view page. Let's view the page right here. All right, so now that we're viewing the page, you see they're both YouTube videos, but which one obviously looks like it's YouTube versus the other one? I'll let you think about that for 1 second. All right, time's up. It's this one right here. When I press this, press play, and then I stop it, look what happens. More videos. This is distractions. We don't want this, y'all. This is not the experience you want. Let's press play here. Now, we have this as well too, but if you're using the pro version, you can get rid of this. Like there's a feature in the pro version that allows you, I'm not sure if it's still experimental, but it allows you to get rid of this other stuff right here. So even though, yeah, it's still a YouTube video, it's got the watch, share, info, it's got the title here, you know, it's got these things here. If you're using the pro version, you can get rid of all this stuff, which is really, really sweet, right? So, and that's something too that I'm hoping that they do update or change, because when you're looking at it from this end and it says YouTube optimize, so let's go back here. Let's go back to the block, edit original here. And then it says YouTube optimize. That's something that I would want to see is that, okay, YouTube optimize, we see that here, but then I want to make sure that we get more functionality and feature. Like, you know, I just want more clarity. I guess that's the best way to say it. I would want more clarity. I'm not complaining at all. Trust me, this video player is awesome, but I would just want more clarity. Again, in order to add more, to create a preset, to do that, you would have to click this button right here. And the official Start Fresh on WordPress course, I'm actually going to have all the pro versions. So I'm going to show you free and the pro, but I just wanted to show you just an example of why I'm advocating for using Presto Player, why I'm advocating for using a block-based plugin. That is a key thing right there for you to know. So we have, again, global player branding right here. I can save my branding right here. Timestamp, short code. Our video presets are free. Autoplay is free. Play in line is free, so we can play in line, which is really, really dope. And then we have this editing synced media. You are currently editing a synced media hub. So, which is really, really dope, is you can create one video that you can add to multiple places, and then kind of like, and I know we're getting into the weeds here just a little bit, but kind of like synced patterns for WordPress. So if I wanted to create a synced pattern, I would do the same thing here. So right now, this is the media hub where we can create the video. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna leave this. This is media hub right here. But if we wanted to add a video directly to the page and it'd be a one-off, we can. Or if we wanted to add a video to a page and have it sync. Notice I have two here. It's because I added another video. I added another video to another page. Every time you add a Presto Player block and you add a video to it, it's going to add it to the media hub. And then you can decide whether or not you want to sync the changes that you make. You want to sync the changes that you make or not. You can sync the changes. You don't have to sync the changes. It's up to you. But it says it right here, editing synced media, done editing, edit original. So if I click this, I can't really do nothing. I can edit the original. Now I can edit the video, right? And again, you don't get that with YouTube. So that's key for you all to realize and recognize. If I go back to Presto Player, go to the settings. Let's go to the settings real quick. And same thing. I have my branding right there. I have my media hub, synced behavior. Now this is interesting. This wasn't always like this. So what I believe they're doing is they've took in the sync patterns of WordPress. So let me go to add a new page, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about here. And I'm going to open this up. I'm going to add a pattern. I'm going to do that. And so now I'm going to open up my list, click this, and now I see create pattern right here. Test, bad way to spell test, synced. So see how WordPress's core native feature is reminding you of what this is, synced. Sync blocks to Media Hub, don't sync blocks to Media Hub. You can make the choice. Do you want to sync your blocks to the Media Hub? Do you not want to sync your blocks to Media Hub? And this is a free feature. These features right here are pro, but that sync, that's a free feature. We have a free feature right here. You can't add your logo unless you're in the pro version. They have integrations as well. Again, that's pro, but you have settings for YouTube, privacy enhanced mode for specifically for people using YouTube. And then you have this nice performance. There's another reason why I'm saying use Presto Player versus the regular video player. Media and videos and like GIFs, those are the things that bog, like, so media like images and videos and GIFs. Those tend, as far as media elements, those bog down, slow down your website the most. So if you can get better performance out of your video, so that way you can have video, because you want video on your website. I can't stress enough, you want video on your website. I would definitely use a strategy of adding a YouTube video, right, to your website that are public videos. If you want private videos, I would say use Vimeo or Buddy.net. But any videos that are public, add a YouTube video to your website. So that way you're on YouTube. YouTube is a search engine, so people can search for you on YouTube. And since it's on your website, when people go to Google, that will also pop up. You'll get indexed as well in Google or Bing. So you're getting indexed 2 times, even 3 times, because Google has its feature snippet area. So that's something those are key things. Like, so if I click this button here, I update the settings. Now I have dynamically load JavaScript. Now I have more performance enhancement features on my video player that you would not get out the box if you were just using this YouTube video player here, this regular video player here. You wouldn't get that. Let's see if WordPress has another video block. Yeah, so they do. So we have YouTube, they have a Vimeo block. It's the same thing. And then they have this video block right here where you can upload. So it's interesting, you know, enter from URL. If I just add this, it just turns into a YouTube block. So that video block, it's kind of like, that's the core. And then whatever you add into it, it'll turn into that kind of a block. That's the main thing that I can see the difference. Otherwise, I would use Presto Player, y'all. That's what I would do, okay? So but I'm gonna go back here. Let's talk a little bit about ShortTriggers. So Presto Player is a video player. I call it a video marketing plugin. That's my terminology for it, because that's the closest thing to me that it resembles. And then we have ShortTriggers, which is an automation plugin. There are a lot of automation plugins for WordPress. When I say a lot, I'm kind of lying. So there are a few automation plugins for WordPress because there are a lot more other things. But I would say that ShortTriggers is probably one of the smoothest. I'm not going to say it's the best. That could be subject or debatable depending on your needs and how you like to work. But as far as user interface and smoothness, I definitely would say ShortTriggers is one of the smoothest out there. And it's the best for me and my needs and my team's needs and my clients' needs. However, just know I'm not saying not to use another automation plugin. This is just the one that we're using the most, okay? All right, that's key. So let's get started now. We have to go through the onboarding process. I have to authorize and continue, so that way it can connect the website with ShortTriggers. ShortTriggers is like ShoreCart. What I mean by that is it's a headless tool. It's a headless or a software as a service, meaning that this is not, even though it's on your website, it's not being hosted on your website. It's being connected to your website, and we're seeing the interface, but it has its own website outside of this. So I just want to clear that up. When you delete your WordPress website, your ShortTriggers will still exist, right? If you delete your WordPress website, something happens to it, your automations will still exist. That's not how it is with other automation plugins with WordPress. If your WordPress website gets compromised or you delete your website, with other automation plugins that are self-hosted, those get deleted too. And what I mean by deleted is they're gone. Kapoof, kapaya, bye-bye. Now you can have a backup, but it doesn't mean something doesn't get deleted. So that's why I want to clarify that. So we have what we see here, dashboard, workflows, and folders. If I wanted to create a workflow, AKA a automation, that's what we're creating, an automation. They call it workflows. It is what it is, terminologies. I'm going to create one from scratch. I see they have AI, I'm not surprised. Let's do test auto. And now we can add our trigger. The whole concept of automation plugin is using the terminology actions and triggers. This thing starts and then this happens next. Now you can have multiple actions, but you typically only have one trigger. That's usually how it works. So what is the cause and what are the effects? It's like a cause and effect. We have our actions or our triggers and we have our actions, right? Actions and triggers and actions. Hopefully that clarified a little bit for you when it comes to automation in its most simplistic level. We have triggers and actions. So if I click this trigger here, I see we have apps. And I can use one of these apps as a trigger. When this thing happens in this app, what happens next? So for instance, we have Cadence forms here, and we have when a form is submitted, it is connected to my WordPress website. I'm going to continue. Now, this is the thing right here. In order for this to work, you actually have to submit the data to the forms. I wish it would allow me to submit dummy data, but it is what it is. We're just going to go through this right now. So we have our when a form is submitted, what happens next? This is a great way for you to get data off of or into WordPress. It's another great way for you to connect two separate WordPress websites together and push data from one WordPress website to another WordPress website very seamlessly. I'll say that again. You can push data from one WordPress website to another WordPress website very seamlessly, very easily. I love that about this plugin. So now we're going to add an action. I had the trigger be something happened when somebody submitted a form. Okay, well, what happens next? What do we want to do next? Do we want to add it to, okay, boom, let's add it to our Active Campaign. Although Cadence has a native integration with Active Campaign, here's another tip when it comes to automation, because this is not an automation sell on this plugin. I want you to get the concept of automation in general. Cadence has a native compatibility with adding information to Active Campaign or MailChimp right through the form. You don't even need an automation plugin for this. So if you don't need automation from form submissions to your email marketing tool, don't overwhelm yourself adding more complexity to your setup. Don't add another plugin if you don't need that. If you do need that, save yourself some time and headache, add the plugin and set up the automation. So that way things could keep happening fast, happening for you on your behalf while you're doing other things, right? So that's key too. So we have Active Campaign. What do we want to do? We want to remove a tag, add or update a contact, add a tag. I'm giving you a very simplistic way of doing this. Trust me when I say we go in on the official course. We're going to go in, right, with some more workflows and use cases and things like that. But I just want to make this simple for y'all. Select the event. I'm going to add or update a contact. Select connection. I have to create a connection. So with Active Campaign, I would have to have my API keys and URL in order to, and then I can connect. Boom. Once I have that, then I have a workflow, as they call, or automation. And then I would publish that automation. Let's go back here to the apps. So here we have core apps right here, and those are pretty much premium or pro versions. And then we have all these other apps. And like I said, you can go to ShortTriggers and look at everything they have, but they have a lot. Do they have more than Zapier? No. If you know what Zapier is, it's the big boy. It's the, what do they call it, 300-pound gorilla of automation and integration. Zapier is, but guess what you don't have to pay? 300 million pounds. I'm just joking, but you have to pay a lot of money to get a lot more extensive functionality out of Zapier. So you have to keep that in mind. You got to pay a lot more money, and that's why ShortTriggers was born, because people were tired of paying so much money with Zapier. Plus, Zapier wasn't WordPress focused. You can do things with WordPress. ShortTriggers started off as WordPress focused and then started adding other apps because we need other things outside of WordPress as well too. So it's something for you to keep in mind that they have a lot of apps, softwares that you can automate with, but You can use whatever you want to use and do what you want to do. It's your thing. So again, we're here in WordPress, but we are using the interface of SureTriggers. And then we have folders here, and we can create folders. That way we can organize our workflows. So that way our workflows aren't all just like this. Look, you can even add to a folder right here. Create new folder. I can create new folder right here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can only add a workflow to one folder because this says 0 workflows. We'll go back to workflow, and let's go to Yoga Fire. I was a Street Fighter fan, y'all, back in the day. This is key for how you want to think about automation with WordPress. How do we simplify it? I don't want to add a whole bunch of plugins. One thing I like about ShortTriggers is, unlike other automation plugins, you have to add the base plugin, the free one, then you got to add the pro version. Again, that's adding more bloat to your website every time you have to add another plugin, even though those plugins are good. Because one of my favorite ones, I won't name it, but it was one of my favorite ones, and I loved it. I love it still. But I hate that I have to add another plugin on top of the core plugin to get what ShortTriggers gives me with just one plugin. So we have our dashboard here that shows us our tasks, our active workflows, has some other, they call them recipes, which are templates. Here goes that word template again. So they have these recipes here, which are templates. That's all they are, but they're using the fancy term recipes. I've seen it before. Then you have your numbers here. What is your usage, your tasks, your workflows, and that's it. That's ShortTriggers. This is ShortTriggers. I like that they changed the color. The UI is much, much better, sleeker. They added this kind of dark bluish panel to it so it don't hurt the eye. I like that. I like that. Hey, Mikey, I think he likes it. If I wanted to add another organization, I could here, but I'm on the free plan, so that's pretty much it. So hopefully this makes some sense as far as using, we have Presto Player right here. We can say video watched, video completed right here. So video watched. So when a person watches a video, what do we want to do? That's a powerful marketing tool. Again, going back to that video marketing, when somebody watches a video, if they're logged in, now this is key, if they're logged in, right? So say you have WordPress users and they're logged into your website and they watch a video. You can then trigger something that happened and send them a message based on them watching the whole video or them completing. So you say when they watch a percentage of the video or they completed the video. Again, very, very powerful right here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Presto Player, we have triggers, video completed, video watched, and we have an action, create media hub, create a new media hub. So basically create a new video or audio. Either way, you're able to do, now I would have to choose a video here. So let's say 4K, continue. I'm going to save this. And then we can, I know, you would never want to do this. I wouldn't say so. So Presto. All right, boom. So then I can say create media hub. And then I can say, what do I want to create? Here's the title, YouTube video URL, video preset, and then select the author. This ain't even the tip of the iceberg. This is just a little piece of ice. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even the whole ice. This is a little piece of ice. It's like you just went in your freezer and you got that one, the ice maker, or you got an ice tray and you only got one piece of ice left before you have to put that water in and wait 5, 10 more hours. I don't know how long it takes to make ice, but this is that one piece of ice. We're not even on the tip of the iceberg yet. But I'm just letting y'all know that not only can you combine SureTriggers with Presto Player, but you can combine it with so many other apps that just create automation heaven for those of y'all who want something like that. So hopefully that makes sense when you combine SureTriggers and Presto Player, SureTriggers. We have video marketing meets automation. We want to combine those two, video marketing and automation, so that way we can create a more robust marketing experience for our users, thus saving us time and potentially leading to more revenue, more conversions, more leads, more whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. You can get more of that when you're using video, because video is one of the best ways for people to get to know, like, and trust you without you having to repeat yourself 15 times, a million times. Why? Because everything I'm talking about right now, I have one-on-one taught people this so many times. So I'm like, I gotta make videos of this stuff. But when you add these things together, it saves a lot of time. I'm just letting y'all know, it really does. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you have any concerns, put them in the comments. Let me hear what you got to say. And we just went over creating video marketing and automations using Presto Player and SureTriggers. My name is Maestro Stevens with Iconic Templates, and I'm out. Peace.